Christmas morning smelled of cinnamon and betrayal. The tree glowed gold in the corner, gifts stacked neatly beneath it, each wrapped with my mother's perfect precision. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. My father stood by the fireplace, glass of wine in hand, wearing that familiar grin he reserved for moments he thought would be remembered forever. "This one's special," he said, eyes twinkling as he handed my sister a small velvet box. She unwrapped it slowly. A silver key. Mom's voice trembled with joy. "We bought her a house. Just a little something to start her new life." The room clapped. I didn't. My father turned to me, his tone soft, almost rehearsed. "You'll understand someday." I smiled back just enough to hide what was already breaking inside. Because I did understand, more than they could imagine. It wasn't the first time I'd been left behind. When I was 10, I asked Dad why he missed my school recital. He said he was busy. When I was 18, he promised to help pay for college until my sister needed a new car. And when I was 25, he said I was too independent for help. Now, standing there at 31, watching my sister cry tears of joy, I realized something. Love in our family had always been measured in transactions, but this time, I wasn't the boy who swallowed silence. 2 weeks earlier, I'd already known what was coming. I'd seen the property transfer papers by accident. My name replaced by hers. Dad's signature gleamed at the bottom. The house he promised me, the one I'd helped him design, paint, and build, now had her name etched into the deed. He didn't even hide it. Maybe he thought I'd never question him. That's when the plan began. I spent nights learning, studying every corner of his finances. He was careless. Decades of arrogance disguised his confidence. He used my name for one of his shell companies. I found the bank accounts, the unreported income, the offshore transfers. He thought I never paid attention. He was wrong. I didn't touch a single thing. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. I just organized the evidence cleanly, precisely. I knew what it meant. Tax evasion, property fraud, and the timing, perfect. All that was left was to wrap it. When Christmas came, I watched my sister hug him, my mother's eyes glisten with pride. They thought this was another picture-perfect morning. Then Dad reached for the last box under the tree. Mine. He grinned. Finally, something from my quiet son. Inside, a small leather folder. No ribbon, no card, just documents. He flipped through them, confusion turning to panic as each page unfolded. Bank statements, property ledgers, fake invoices, my name, his signature. His hands began to shake. "Where did you get this?" I leaned back, voice calm. "From you, Dad. You've always given me your leftovers. I just finally used them." The silence was violent. Mom froze. My sister's smile vanished. He looked at me, searching for mercy. "You wouldn't." "Already did." I nodded toward his phone. "Check your email." Inside was a scheduled report sent to the authorities, time-stamped. Everything was already in motion. His face turned pale. "This is revenge," he whispered. I tilted my head. "No, this is justice. You built your empire using my name. I just took it back." He didn't say another word. He just stood there, eyes hollow, realizing what it felt like to lose something that was never truly his. Mom tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come. My sister's tears weren't for me. They never were. The tree lights flickered, reflecting off the silver key still dangling from her hand. Funny how small things can unlock entire lives, or destroy them. By evening, I packed my things. No yelling, no tears, just quiet satisfaction. The police came 2 days later. Dad resigned from his company within the week. His assets froze. His name burned in headlines. And me? I didn't celebrate. Revenge isn't joy, it's release. I visited the house he once promised me. The new owner didn't know the story behind it. I stood outside watching the sunset glaze its windows gold. For the first time, I didn't feel anger, only balance. People like my father never expect their children to be smarter than them. He taught me everything about control, silence, and patience. He just never imagined I'd use those lessons against him. When I think of that morning now, I remember his words. "You'll understand someday." I do now. I understand what it means to be free. And that's the gift I gave myself. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories.